Greetings to all Star Wars fans. A new trilogy? I just remember how the 8th episode upset me at the time, especially what happened to Luke. At the same time, there are a couple of interesting scenes with Luke Skywalker from the 8th episode that we want to show you today, and most importantly, these scenes could have changed the perception of the entire film. Without further ado, let's get started. When Rey had just arrived on the planet Octo, where the old Skywalker was hiding, she was greeted coldly, and then when Chewbacca took out the door to Luke's dwelling, they were finally able to talk normally. After a few seconds, Luke asked the obvious question, "Where is Han?" After that, we are shown a dialogue between Kylo Ren and Snoke, and then a truly legendary scene with green milk, absolutely disgusting and ridiculous, because of which many people began to hate Skywalker. So, Luke doesn't give a damn about the death of his closest friend? However, one of the cutscenes shows us his reaction. Immediately after hearing this, he throws everything out of his house, and then it becomes unbearably painful for him. He begins to cry. Please note that the position of Luke's right hand and the camera angle are specially set so the scene looks like his farewell to Darth Vader. This is one big reference to the tragic moment. It's really clear now, Luke was in a lot of pain, but this scene was cut out and the same green milk was added instead. For me, personally, this decision is the most stupid and incomprehensible. The cutscene lasts only 17 seconds. And there is no excuse for removing it from the film. Nevertheless, in the final version, Luke first asks about Han, and then with a nasty mug gushes the slush. Rey herself was smiling sweetly before that. Imagine, they killed Skywalker's best friend. What a trifle. The second cutscene is much longer. I remind you, we can't fully show it to you with the actual sound, but we can retell it to you and make a small editing cut. So listen and look at the screen. Rey notices that several boats are heading to the neighboring island, and Luke immediately responds, "It's a neighboring tribe that is going to attack the village." Of course, Rey wants to help as soon as possible, but Skywalker asks her to give up this idea and not get involved in something that does not concern her personally in any way. It didn't help because Rey lights up the lightsaber and immediately rushes to help. As it turns out, these are not invaders at all, but only a neighboring tribe of the Lanai race who arrived for a common holiday. They are the guardians of ancient sacred places, and the Jedi temple on the planet is the meaning of their life. Of course, the first thing that Rey starts to do is get angry at Luke for such a humiliating joke, but in fact, it was an incredibly important test. Luke decided to check whether Rey is able to immediately go to the aid of her friends. Then he adds, "This is exactly what the Resistance needs, and not the shards of old forgotten faith. Do you understand?" Thus, he is trying to get through to his student that dedication and the desire to help others are much more important than some kind of code and other nonsense. He himself walked the same path, in the same exact manner. The girl hurts him badly with her parting words with him. "I understand that our friends are dying all over the galaxy, believing in the old legend of Luke Skywalker as I believed in it. But I was wrong." At this moment, a real struggle breaks out inside Luke. He understands that Rey is ready to sacrifice everything for the sake of her friends, and he simply lost his way by hiding on a forgotten planet. Only after that, he decides to go to the tree and burn the sacred texts of the Jedi. And most importantly, what he heard was the first spark to ignite the former fire inside Skywalker, which was only warmed up by the sudden appearance of Master Yoda. And the century-old tree, set on fire by him, shows us that the former fire inside Luke is flaring up again. And note that the flame looks exactly like the symbol of the rebels. I really like the scene with Yoda. You can say it is the only thing that catches me in the 8th episode. But you know what else is interesting? Rian Johnson himself, the director of the film, said that at first, instead of Yoda, he wanted to show us Anakin Skywalker, but after thinking carefully, he decided to stop at Yoda because of the fact that Yoda was more relatable. Even though Luke created and lost his own academy, and despite all his age, for Yoda, he is still the same young Skywalker who still has so much to learn. These are the revelations hidden behind the scenes of The Last Jedi. Just 2 cutscenes that could change everything. Remove the green milk, cut out the useless arc with the hairdryer and Rose, and it would have turned out to be quite a good episode. But you can't bring back the past. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned to the channel to be updated with all the most interesting things happening in the Star Wars universe. Thank you all so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.